Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. I am Amanda Cromhope from Truth Loyalty and the Blind Loyalty Trust. We interview world leaders in loyalty blindly. The challenge is about creating loyalty insights spontaneously and about a lot of fun. Simultaneously, it is about raising the awareness of the Blind Loyalty Trust, and 100% of the proceeds from my book, Blind Loyalty 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified, go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. Today's Blind Loyalty Challenge brings the heat of Cape Town to the freezing cold Copenhagen winter. And I'm really excited to connect our two countries, but more so to chat today to Nyeleti Nkuna, who is also a South African, but she finds herself in the Northern Hemisphere. And she is also a co-guest host on Let's Talk Loyalty, Loyalty TV. So, Nyeleti, great to chat to you today.
It's a pleasure to be here, Amanda. I'm looking forward to this. Let's get it going.
Let's get it going. So, the first question has nothing to do with me. So, if you don't like it, you can blame Nick Watson from Marigold. And the
Mhm.
question from Nick is, how important in the loyalty process is onboarding the member? And which brands have you come across do you think do it well?
Ooh, I think it's extremely important, right? First of all, the fact that the member needs to know that they are a member is not always clear unless there's a clear onboarding process that actually tells you you are a member and you're a member because you get such and such benefits right there.
Yeah,
So that value proposition needs to be articulated very early on, and it needs to be easy for the member to start engaging with the program, whether it's, gaining points, redeeming points, or attending events, whatever the proposition of the loyalty
yeah,
program is. But those benefits need to be there quite upfront. I am on the CRM cycle side of things, so I would also encourage a series of emails. And if you do get a cross-channel journey and they have consented for that kind of preference,
yeah.
also see whether we can actually, when we return to a .com place, that those preferences and those benefits can be visible there. So extremely important. And which brand do I think does it well? I'm a big fan of the company Joe and the Juice. It's actually Denmark founded,
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
global, and you immediately know what you're in for when you get on
amazing.
Joe and the Juice. You immediately know how to engage with the program, and you want to start building those points.
That's brilliant. I knew you were the right person to ask this question to with all your background. So, and Joe and the Juice, everyone wants a shout out for Joe and the Juice. Love it. Great. So, my second question, we have two chapters in Blind Loyalty, chapter
Mhm.
46 and 47, which debate should, does a client enjoy or what's better in terms of a points build-up program versus instant discounts? What's your opinion?
It's an interesting one. I think the points build up, having specific milestones gives the member something to look forward to. There are more opportunities to educate the customer or the member
Yeah.
around the entire proposition of the membership program because it's layered, right? It's a ladder. You go in towards something, and I think
Yeah.
most of us, our human behavior is we like to aim for a goal. We want to be able to accomplish something over a certain period. When it's instant
Yeah.
gratification, it can work, especially for something that's new, that's in season. So having elements of that, but I think something that's more long term and you're building momentum and you get a sense of accomplishment when you get the
Mm.
goal is probably what I would drive to. And yeah, nudging those instant gratifications just to make the milestone not so long. So it's kind of like you
Yeah.
don't want people to think that they have to spend a long time before they get a reward.
Yeah.
But yeah, a
It's
combination, I guess, Amanda.
Well, I'm glad you ended on that because interestingly, in the South African loyalty white paper that we're currently writing to
Mhm.
release for 2026, we're in our 10th edition. We see that 25% of South Africans like both, but
Is it?
then
Okay.
a higher number likes one or the other, but still 25% overlap. So it's an enormous number of as an overlap.
And so the ones that like one or the other, what's actually getting more traction? Is it the instant gratifications or the more, yeah,
So
the long term?
So some of the retailers here, I mean, if we think globally as well, you've got the same setup, I guess, but some of the retailers here just do instant gratification, but typically the retailers that offer points are doing points and instant gratification, so both.
And the
So
value of the points that does that come? Is it because one thing is to get points in the on the
yeah, it
go?
depends, right?
Yeah,
If you're looking
yeah,
at a grocery retailer, it can be as low as 0.5%.
yeah.
And then you've got other elements that, like in a QSR environment, it might be 5%, and then they're offering an instant free donut with the with the coffee or whatever. So we see both, and we see both work the most optimally. But
Yeah.
it's got a cost to it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I like the free donuts or free coffee. I did some work in my consulting days with a petroleum company, so looking at fuel retail and giving that extra coffee when you actually
Mm.
you fuel up or you wash your car,
Yeah,
something on the go definitely drove a lot of I guess adoption rates, but then it needs to be significant. If it's a
yeah,
percentage that you can't really see the value in, and it becomes very arbitrary, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, my last question. What is your own personal worst loyalty experience?
Are we gonna name and shame?
No, you don't even need to you don't need to name the brand. You can if you like, but what happened? Like, why was it so dreadful?
I think when it's almost like this, the carrot that's, dangling, right? Do this and then you will have the opportunity to get this rebate and you do that action and then there's another challenge and it's never ending. And so now you're well into the funnel doing all of these things because you want to get the actual prize and you feel like you're in so deep that it would have been a waste of your time to stop. But there's
Yeah,
really nothing tangible to
yeah,
it. So the promise was never really fulfilled. Then and the experience there is that I distrust the brand and I completely want to deassociate and then I will, remove
yeah,
the app off my phone and it just
yeah.
creates a horrible experience, but it was a retailer and it just became an unending chase for some reward that never was there.
And obviously never was worth it in the first place. But the psychology of it, the psychology that you stayed in for so long and then damn, get yourself out. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, thank you very much. Let's tag someone else. Who would you like to see on the Blind Loyalty Challenge?
Oh, so I'm gonna be loyal to the podcast that we are both on, Amanda. Let's Talk Loyalty, and I would love to nominate Bridget, who's one of our co-hosts. So I think she would
Great.
be amazing to have on the show.
Yeah, she would. Lovely. I haven't spoken to Bridget on here, so Bridget, I'll be phoning you. And a question, please, maybe not for Bridget, but for another person on Blind Loyalty Challenge.
You might need to help me rephrase it by the time you speak to another person, but I'm interested very much in relationship-driven loyalty. And what are the best case studies where outside of a program, which actually you can get tangible results that the relationship provided longevity. Because the great thing about having a loyalty program that has the mechanics of the points is that you can actually go back and see the data. But when it's
Mm,
relationship driven, and how do you then measure that, and what are the drivers of success? So long-winded question, but it will be interesting to
yeah.
get a perspective of that.
Would another way of terming the relationship side be the emotional loyalty side?
The emotional loyalty side.
Yeah. Okay. It's a tough question, but it's a
Yeah.
good one. We like tough questions on here. It's good. Okay. Thank you so much for doing the Blind Loyalty Challenge. You're absolutely amazing, as I knew you would be, and you cracked it. All good.
Thank you, Amanda. You definitely put me on the test, but this was fun and I appreciate the opportunity.
Amazing. Well, thank you and enjoy the cold Copenhagen weather. South Africa misses you.
I miss South Africa, and we definitely need to hook up in Cape Town, or you need to maybe visit
Fly
Copenhagen.
north. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
All right, then. Bye bye.
Bye.